the land available on Earth for farming, industry and living on is limited. In order to increase the land availability, it has often been the case that trees were cut down. Deforestation has been occurring on a large scale to provide land for farming. Deforestation typically occurs to grow food, grow crops for biofuels and to rear cattle. Deforestation means there is less trees to take up the carbon dioxide from the atmosphere, but also the burning of these trees after they have been cut increases carbon dioxide levels too. Jungles and large forests are carbon dioxide sinks as they take in carbon dioxide and form plant material. When they are removed, we are losing a valuable way of removing carbon dioxide from the atmosphere. Forests and jungles are habitats for many different organisms, and large communities will thrive in these areas. As we cut down more and more trees, ecosystems are affected and species could become extinct. Peat is a substance which is formed by undecayed plant materials. Peat is formed when decay cannot occur due to the conditions being unsuitable. Peat bogs act as another carbon store, and yet they are being destroyed too. Peat is being burned, so even more carbon dioxide is released, and it is currently being used up quicker than it can be formed. Global warming is as a result of the increased amounts of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. This is mainly as a result of human actions. Also, methane levels are increasing too, as a result of more land being used for cattle, and methane is another greenhouse gas. Greenhouse gases increase the temperature of the Earth. Without greenhouse gases, life wouldn't survive. However, the levels of greenhouse gases are now becoming too high. The energy from the sun reaches Earth and heats it up. Some of this energy is then reflected back. As it is reflected back, some of the energy goes back into space, but some of it is absorbed by the greenhouse gases in the atmosphere. As the levels of greenhouse gases increase, this effect occurs more and more. This means more energy is absorbed, and so the temperature of the Earth is rising. Global warming could have some major consequences. The higher the temperature of the Earth goes, the more the sea levels will rise. This is due to the ice caps melting, and this could increase flooding in low-lying areas. Also, as the oceans get warmer, less carbon dioxide will dissolve in them. This means more of it is in the atmosphere, contributing to the effect even more. Global warming would have some huge effects on the ecosystems too. The varying patterns in temperature could see the distribution or migration of organisms change. Floods could mean habitats are lost, and some organisms may not be able to adapt to the new conditions and they may become extinct. Maintaining biodiversity is massively important, as we have seen. One way of maintaining biodiversity is to put back hedgerows between fields. Hedgerows are a thriving place where many organisms live, and they often separate fields of crops. However, farmers would remove these hedgerows to enable them to have one larger field, and this meant biodiversity is reduced. Scientists believe that certain habitats, such as coral reefs, are becoming damaged due to climate change. Lots of factors, including changes in pH and temperature, are having damaging effects on delicate habitats. One possible way to protect these habitats could be to reduce the deforestation rate. Not only would this preserve the jungle or woodland habitat where the trees are being cut down, but also the amount of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere would decrease too. Governments are now getting involved with preventing deforestation. Endangered species are at risk of becoming extinct. In order to preserve these animals, many zoos and other organisations are implementing breeding programs. However, these programs have to be monitored closely to ensure they are successful. Finally, by recycling more, there will be less land used for landfill and more land available for habitats to exist and biodiversity to thrive.